Hello to all, I am Vivek Kumar and I will be presenting on the topic Analog to Digital Converter. So I will be covering mainly three subtopics, that is introduction of ADC, its types and its applications. So for introducing ADC, I will be telling what ADC means and what it is important and how does it work. So mainly ADC is a simple electronic device that converts one continuous signal to its discrete digital signal. Analog signal, you must be knowing that it is a real world signal that would be containing noise, and digital signal is a discrete time and value signals. And here you can see the graph of analog and digital signal both. So let's jump upon the importance of ADC. So these are basic things that you all may know, that all microprocessors store information using digital logic, compressing information to digital form of efficient storage. Medium of storing digital data is more strong, digital data transfer is more efficient, and rest too. So I must tell you, I will be focusing more on what is the working of ADC and what are its types. So how ADC works? There are mainly two stages, that are sampling and quantizing and encoding. In sampling, it is simple that any input signal, analog signal is coming, and it will be we will be taking a simple, holding it and analyzing it accordingly, and then quantizing it so to give a discrete digital output, and that would be resolved through resolutions and input. So there are mainly four types of ADCs, that are flash ADC, successful approximation ADC, dual scope ADC, digital delta sigma ADC. So there are, I will be explaining one by one all the types of ADC in detail. So this is the first type of flash ADC. So here is, you can see an encoder which is there, and second thing is the comparator. So encoder contains 7 output octal inputs with 3 binary outputs. So you can give 7 inputs and take out discrete digital outputs in 3 binary input as a 3 binary outputs, that is from 000 to 111. So here's a basic diagram. Here we have taken 8 voltage reference voltage, that is 8 volt, and here we have taken analog V voltage, and we will be resolving the delta V. So here you can see it, and then there will be 7 comparators, each corresponding to input. So there must be pros and cons in any of the devices. So here are, I have enlisted some of pros and cons of these devices. So the so in the form of pros, it is they are more fastest, whether in terms of nanosecond. Most operational theory, speed is limited only by the gate and the comparator propagation delay. But for the cons part, we should know that each number of bits required twice the number of comparators, as you have seen in my last slide, and they are highly expensive and prone to produce glitches in the output. So it's obvious that if the signal is coming through, there is high chances of getting the glitches. And so the second type of ADC is dual scope ADC. So here are the elements that is basically used in dual scope ADC. That is an integrator. Here's the device, the integrator. Here you can see V input in series with R, which is connected to a gate, and then a capacitor attached on the top, and this is a final setup, sorry. So dual scope ADC has basically this sort of diagram, where we can put in input, and will be getting output on the right side. Here you can see that output buffer. So here the formula that we'll be using in for getting reference voltage and input voltage, the relation between them are here is written, and the time which we'll be using is the V input what we are giving, and the reference voltage can be ground. That will be more sufficient way of getting the values, the required or the adjusted values. So here are the pros and cons. It is highly accurate, but for more accuracy you should know that it requires time, so it's slow, and fewer adverse effects from noise, and accuracy is dependent upon the use of external component. What external component you are using, so it depends, the accuracy dependent on that. So we will be jumping on the third type, that is successive approximation ADC. So here is the element that we'll be using, that is clock oscillator successive approximation register. We can simply say it SAR. Here are 8 from D0 to D7 outputs, and the digital to analog converter we can see it below. And here you can see the entire diagram, the internal diagram, that is successful SAR is used. So here you can see analog V input voltage is given, it goes to the SAR, and here to the binary converter, and then given these, the connection between them is taken as inputs of the last octal device output register, and then we can get the simply output. Now we can come on digital sigma ADC. Here you can simply see a flowchart of ADC delta sigma, where an input signal, analog signal, is given to DS modulator, where after that we can get a digital signal in the form of 0 1 digits, and which passes through the digital decimeter filter. You can see the big box downwards, and then the output signal that we would be receiving would be in the form of in discrete time, and the values would not only on the form of 0 1, rather than it would be form of 0.2, and the other time t2 it would be form of 0.4 or 0.6, depending on the value of input signal. So there are obviously pros and cons for the same, so I will cover on that. So the it simply gives the higher resolution, and not there is no need of precision components. And the cons would be, as it gives high resolution, so it will be simply slow and good for low bandwidth. So now we come on the ADC. We will be comparing the ADC. So you can simply see the resolution bits that covers in all the 4 types of ADC that I have covered in my entire slides. So you can simply have a look, and after that there are various applications for ADCs. Here is a short list of the devices on which ADC is used, that is measurement and data acquisitions, control system, PLCs, senior integration, cell phones and video devices, and audio devices. Each of these devices should have an ADC for their function. So I will just give a short glimpse of each and every device. There are some notes that is given there only, but they don't need as such explanation, so you can have a short look. Here is for measurement and data acquisition. For the control system, here is the flowchart, you can have a look, and so to understand better, here is programmable logic circuits. So here you can see it. In cell phones we have ADCs, in video devices, audio devices we have ADCs. Here in the audio devices, here are some references that I have used for making this presentation, so you can go through them if you require. Thanks.